Good afternoon. It's Wednesday. Y'all already know what it's time for. It's time for some real talk. We coming to y'all for the rest of the month trying to educate us on things we know, people we know or may not know. This is what they have given us to celebrate our culture, Black history. The month of February, along with the month of love, and we share it with other things. So, as I always say, let's just make sure we continue to be light and love no matter what month it is as a culture people. We each have some people we want to talk about that have impacted our lives as African Americans that have not been recognized or talked about as much. We know like Marcus Garvey, we know Malcolm X, we know Martin Luther, we know like the names that they always talk about, but there are so many more people that are unrecognized as inventors, creators, indigenous people who have just gone unnoticed. You want to go? You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go.
Okay, I'll go. Y'all know I'm a cosmetology instructor, so I've been in the business since 1993. And one thing I've always loved is the whole passion, the whole look. That's why my slogan or my slogan is the total you experience, because I love beauty and fashion. So I want to talk to you guys about Christine Mae Jenkins. Now, I'm not sure if you guys even know who she is or ever even heard of her, but she is the woman who invented the hair weave. Yes, Christina Mae Jenkins, an African-American woman born in Louisiana, who attended a college in Baton Rouge called Leland College, where she graduated with a science degree. Yes, sir, and yes, ma'am. With a science degree, I believe it was in 1941. She invented this wonderful thing that we can do, and we can be any woman that we want to be. We can give kudos to her. Now, the information or the legacy that is written up about Christine Mae is, of course, she changed all of our lives, no matter what color of woman that we are, but especially African American woman. She invented the hair weave in the 1940s. She was born in Louisiana on December 25th, 1920. Interesting. So she was born a gift, because that's when most people celebrate with, it's supposed to be, Yahshua's birthday. We know it's not, but, so she was born to give us a gift, and that was this hair weave. So I'm grateful for that. She, like I said, got her degree in Leland College in Baton Rouge with a science degree. It was in 1943. She also got married that year, so she had a blessed year that year. She graduated with her science degree, and then she also married the great jazz pianist Duke. Herman Jenkins is his name. So what we talking about here is not only a great woman who invented something that has transcended time. We also are talking about she married a great jazz pianist, which I'm music too, who also was famous in the things that he did, Duke. And that's what we call a power couple. That's what we call a power couple making moves. That's what we would probably call back then the Beyonce and Jay-Z. She had the hair weave going, and he was the great jazz pianist. So they, of their time, was what we would call a black power couple. Those are the people that we would see on our Black Wall Streets helping build up our economy as such. So they were a very powerful couple, creating and just inventing great things. So she mastered the weave. So throughout transitions and trials, women were pinning their weaves down. Of course, that was looking bulky. You could probably, I'm sure, see the pin. And so she wasn't satisfied with how it was looking. So she began to go into some more creative techniques to make this something that could be adorable wear. Or as we would call it today, a protective style. She wanted it to be where we could still wear it and it looked natural. So after she began to master it, she found that she could keep the weaves from slipping and stop the bulkiness by creating a weft. So what she did was got her sewing machine, and she got what we know as a weft, and she laid it down and she began to sew the individual strands of hair to this weft. Now the weft started out being like a thicker weft, probably about, we're about that small now with the wefts. But when she started out, the weft was probably about 2 to 3 inches wide. So she began to sew the hair to the weft so that we could sew it in. And so a lot of us call those, sew-ins and this and that today, or protective styles or whatever. But back then, they were just doing the same things, but she mastered it so that we could actually attach it to our hair. So the device she came up with was called a 3-cord process. And so that's when she took and would weave a cord, probably a little thicker than thread, across it to make the actual foundation for the hair to be sewed to. So from there, she created that natural looking weft. Jenkins pioneered her technique and gave us the freedom to be every woman, as I said before, that we desire to be: blonde, auburn, burgundy, red, whatever. Number 33, y'all know who wear tracks and extensions. Y'all know number 33. That's my favorite. So we could be whatever we want to be. She formalized her invention, posterity or prosthetic, if you want to call it, on May 4th, 1951. Her filing patent number, if any guy, because this stuff is public information, so you can go look up anything else that you want to know about her, or any other further information. But her patent number, you could look it up because that's public information, was number 2,621,663. So you would look up that number and you could see any other things that will fall under her category of inventions. So basically, once she did all of that, she formulated it, she put it out there for us to be able to purchase. She began to commercialize the hair and get it to where that black women mainly, and then other women of all colors began to wear hair extensions. Caucasian women, they definitely wear hair extensions. I know a couple Indian women that I'm friends with, they'll put hair extensions in. Nowadays you have the clips, so they went from mastering just the hairpins and trying to pin it down till now they've mastered it to be a clip versus a pin, which does look natural. They have the flatter weft and the snap comb pin comb that you kind of snap on, that also looks natural. Christina did pass away. Christina Mae Jenkins passed away at the age of 82. So she lived a long life, able to see her inventions through many, many generations. Be able to enjoy her invention and be able to sit and enjoy her royalties on those of that invention and those inventions, because she also created the device that made the first weft. She passed away in 2003. But when she passed away, she was also recognized for her great invention by an Ohio congresswoman named Stephanie Tubbs for her invention as a pioneer in the field of cosmetology. So to all my cosmetologists, instructors, teachers, MUAs, whatever you are in the beauty field, locticians and braiders, these are things that you should know. Know we have a strong heritage. We are innovative. We are creative. We are all that. So that's my tidbit for you today of things and people you may know or may not know.
Okay. I definitely didn't know that one. That was a new one to me. Well, the person that I decided to go with is somebody that's he was actually born here in Virginia. His name was Benjamin Montgomery. Mm-hmm. He was actually born into slavery, and he was a master sharecropper. And during the time when he was doing the sharecropping thing on the plantation, they was having problems with the ships coming in, and they was having problems coming aboard land, mm-hmm. because the propellers that they had on the boats, they would often get stuck when the tides was low or whatever. Mm-hmm. So he managed to invent a propeller that was able to withstand I guess the mud or whatever, the low current, the low tides. And in the process of him coming up with the invention, he tried to get a patent for it, and they denied him because they said he wasn't actually considered a citizen since he was born into slavery.
Wow.
So once he was denied, he tried to get his actual former slave owner tried to do the patent as well, and he was denied because they said, I guess because he had previously tried, and they said he wasn't the actual.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah. So, but I think he was trying to do it for
him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that didn't go through. Needless to say, once slavery was abolished, his former master actually sold him the land.
Okay.
Yeah. So he ended up with 800. I think it was about 800 acres.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just want 25. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, he still made out pretty good, even though he didn't, get his just due. But that just shows that during a time when we were considered less than a man or dumb or whatever, that we was able to do something like that they weren't even able to do. Right. with a lot more resources. So that's why I chose to go in, because I felt like that was close to home, and that was something that was big.
It is big, and that just goes to say we need to give more props for all our seafood we be smashing on, because they had to, they got to go far and long into the deep waters and then make it back to shore to bring us great tuna and shrimp and lobster and crab and all of that great stuff, scallops. So yeah, kudos to him for inventing that, for all the luxurious things that we have been taught differently, or that it came from a different culture and different things, because I was unaware of that. These are things that we don't know, names that we are not familiar with, because they always just push 4 or 5 of the great names versus the millions of people who are created, who have created, still are creating, still are innovative, still are constantly inventing. So that's just something that we should know. And in the spirit of our ancestors who have paved the way for greatness, again, continue to create, continue to dream, continue to have witty inventions, and make sure you do patent it. Make sure you don't tell a lot of people, even your own people, because we are known to steal from one another as well. If you have something that you're working on and you feel like you need to keep it under wraps, it's okay until you can get your number on it, like she got her number on it and is able to live to be 82 years old to get that. And like he said, he tried, and thank God he had a good owner who cared enough about his invention to even try. So that speaks volumes, that not everybody in that era had that mentality. But just to know that even now, sometimes, your patents can go missing, or certain things can still happen even in this hour today. So just protect your stuff, protect your gifts, protect your inventions, protect your creativity, and always know that there are many things and many roads and many avenues that we can take to be great. And whatever gifts you've been given, whatever creativity you've been given as an indigenous person, whatever you have been blessed with, it's for you to create wealth. And you might not excel in the white collar, blue collar field, because you were blessed and born with gifts. If you don't know what they are, tap into them. Try out a few things. What is that passion that you've always dreamed of? What is that thing that's down inside you that anytime somebody brings it up, it brings tears to your eyes, or it does something to your soul or to your emotion, and you're like, what is this? Every time they talk about this, I feel like I need to do this. Well, that is what you should be doing. And there should be nothing that's stopping you. And know that if every time you feel that and something gets in the way, a person, a situation, a thing, a conversation, an argument, whatever, no, that's because that's exactly what the hell, excuse my language, you're supposed to be doing. So it would be crazy if negative energies didn't come in and try to stop you from stepping into your greatness or your destiny. So if you get all of those things that I talked about, no, that's because that's what you're supposed to be doing. And that is what is calling you. So that is where your wealth lies. So White collar could be for some people, but for most of the indigenous people, honestly, it's not. We were really created to work for ourselves because that's what we were doing before we were taken. And we were creators and we were wealthy, and we, like I said again, and will always say, we stood and was born and bred in one of the richest countries of the world, and that is Africa, not America. So, I just want to encourage you today. Somebody who was like, there's something that I want to do, but I haven't been able to do it. There's some things that, I feel that is just pulling at me. Go for it. Nothing beats a try but never trying. Nothing beats a failure but never trying. So you just have to try. And I believe that you'll excel. And you have to believe in you. So we just wanted to slide through just to have some real talk. And just encourage you guys this month that, yes, this is the month that they gave us, but we have 365 days of a year to be great, to invent, to create wealth. So always, whatever you're dreaming about, don't stop dreaming. Whatever you're hoping for, don't stop hoping. Whatever you're living for, just keep living.
And every day is Black History.
Yes.
Every day is Black History.
Yes.
On every piece of land on this earth, Black History.
Indeed. And we're always making history in positive ways. We see the media show negative ways. We have a lot of positive things that are going on in communities that are never spoken of. But know that we are a great people who are created for greatness, and it's time for us to walk in that greatness. So that's basically all we wanted to come through today and have real talk with you was about, with some real life Black facts. And that's what we wanted to bring you today. So we hope that you enjoy the rest of your week, that you continue to stay safe, continue to protect your loved ones, protect yourself, sanitize, mask up, do whatever you need to do so that you can be the great inventor you were created to be. Once again, as I always say, always praying for you, we love you, and remember to be the light in somebody else's darkness. Why? Because you just don't know when your night is going to be. Just some real talk. Later.